Yeah, I know that this setup is terrible. I had my ring light with me, but I wasn't able to bring the stand, so the ring light is sort of propped up on a chair, but it's facing that way and not me, so the light is mostly here. Anyway, my makeup is also kind of weird because again, I don't have proper lighting to see myself since it is dark. Anyway, this wrap up is going to be very different to my normal wrap ups. I'm still going to show you all the bracelets that I made this month, but I only made 4. I did work on more than 4, which you can see in the 24-hour bracelet challenge that I did recently. I worked on like 7 bracelets just in that alone. Well, 5 because 2 of them I didn't work on at all, but whatever. And I did work on more bracelets previously, but this month was just so insane with me being sick for the first half of it, and then for the second half I had to move to a different country basically. If you don't know, I'm currently in Russia because this is where I'm staying for these sort of uncertain times, which cannot be mentioned by YouTube law. Anyway, I'm also not running monthly challenges for this time. Because most people are at home and are bored, I'm running challenges more frequently now. And by the time you're watching this, I think the second challenge is going to be up, so I'll leave that linked in the card and in the description. And for these challenges, you can also participate even if you don't have Instagram, since I'm not holding them on Instagram, it's on a different service. If that goes well, I might bring that over to the monthly challenges, which will be resuming when the quarantine is over and when everything is back to normal, which nobody knows when it's going to be, but whatever. But yeah, I wanted to do more regular challenges just so that we can communicate and have more to do with each other in this weird time. So I'm going to show you the 2 bracelets that I have out of the 4 that I made. I will also show you pictures of the other ones that I made, and then I'm just gonna look at the pictures that you guys submitted for the previous challenge to keep things interesting. So out of the bracelets that I actually have, this is the first one, and I made this during the 24-hour bracelet challenge, and I absolutely love this. I used 3 sparkly colors here, which I think go really well together. These are the Alice Forever Simile, and I did 2 crimp ends on either sides, which I have a tutorial for if you want to see that. The crimp ends I got on Amazon, and I think I linked them in that tutorial. I really like this bracelet. It's cute, it's simple. I like the way the black sort of gives dimension to the scales. That's what reminds me of scales. And I think it's really cute. This was the first one that I finished in the 24-hour challenge just because it's very small and I like it a lot. And this is the second and last one that I finished in the 24-hour challenge. I like this one a lot as well. I used 2 sparkly strings here as well, the baby blue and the pink. These are the Alice Sal Simile. I love this pattern and I love the way that the sparkles look in them. I think it looks really great in the pattern. Oh yeah, there's also a grey in here which you can barely see, but the grey is also sparkly. I really like this pattern. I've been wanting to make it for a while, so I made it during the 24-hour bracelet challenge and I really enjoyed it. I think it came out very pretty. And the cat agrees because I found this bracelet in the cat's mouth like this and with her playing with her paws with the ties. I was not enthused. Other than that, I made this bracelet which you can see featured in my pattern to photo video where I walk you through the process of me creating a bracelet from a pattern to a photo and tell you a bit more about how I take my pictures for Instagram. I really like this one as well. The colors I chose for this were very strange. I've been wanting to use these multicolored threads for a while and I was expecting something completely different to what turned out, but I really like the way that it turned out as well. And then I also made this refracted chevron, which is a super simple bracelet that beginners can definitely make. So if you're interested in finding something that is beginner level but is slightly more interesting than the basic chevron, definitely check out my tutorial for this one. Super easy and quick to make. And I like this one a lot. I think it turned out pretty cool as well. And that's it for the bracelets that I made. This was the quickest wrap up probably ever. So let's now look at the bracelets that you guys submitted for the challenge of March. Before I go any further, I do want to mention that I usually ask for you guys' suggestions for the patterns for next month's challenge. Since I'm stopping the challenges, you can still submit patterns to the one that I did for April. I'll leave that linked in the description. There's a forum post on Bracelet Book where I ask you guys for pattern numbers. I'm going to be pulling patterns from that for the challenges, but I'm also going to be doing the challenges focused on the videos that I've made to help beginners and such become more advanced, I guess. I'm sort of using the challenges as a way to guide beginners through not knowing anything to becoming more advanced. I don't know, I'll see what I'll do, but you can submit patterns to the April challenge for an indefinite period of time because I don't know when I'm gonna start the challenges up again. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that I was gonna make the challenge bracelet, and I even started it and I made like the beginning rose. I was gonna do the alpha one. And I brought the bracelet and I brought all the string for the rose, but I completely forgot to bring the background string. So the background string is in London, so I can't finish the bracelet. So I don't have any submission for the challenge, but I'm gonna look through your guys's ones. I'm gonna finish that bracelet at some point though, because I really wanna make it. I've been wanting to make it for a while. Oh, look at this one. I really like the way that this one looks. And the ties coming off it is really cool as well. Like, I always want to try braided ties, but I usually am very lazy, so I just make twisted ties. But very nice bracelet, I like it a lot. Oh, look at this one. I love the way the colours were chosen for each of the roses. Especially like the blue one. I don't know why. I think the blue one looks really nice. These are really cool. Oh, look at this one. This one's so long. I like that. Such a big bracelet. But that makes you see more of the design and how all the colours interact with one another. I think that's really cool. Oh, look at this pastel one. Oh, I love pastel colour combinations. I think this looks really, really cool. And again, I really like this pattern just because you can see all the colours interact with one another as they go through the iterations of the design. I think that's really awesome. Oh, look at that. There's two here and both really nice colour combinations. You've got one that's like purple and grey, I think, and the other one that's yellow and blue. Very beautiful. Look at this one. You've got blue and brown. I love that. I've mentioned before that I very rarely use brown, but I've been wanting to use more brown, and I've started to use more brown in my bracelets, so this looks really nice. It's inspiring me to do that more. Oh, look at this one. Purple and blue. I love it. So pretty. So pretty. There's so many really nice color combos. Like, look at this one. It reminds me of sort of like earthly tones. I like that a lot. And then this one, you've got sort of black and white combining with pink. Love it. These two as well. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at the sheer volume of these. Wow, that's like, what, 6 bracelets? I love this pattern. Honestly, I considered making a collection of this pattern as well, just because I really, really enjoy the pattern. It's so beautiful. I might do that too. But these all look absolutely awesome. Look at this one. Beautiful sort of sea colors. I like that. I like that a lot. It reminds me of the ocean. And these ones, they remind me of like sunset. I think, yeah, like sunset colors. Very, very beautiful. Oh, look at this one. I love the photo as well. Like, these ones I think were the colors of the original pattern, pink and green. I don't remember what I did because I did this pattern before. I didn't make it specifically for the challenge, but I've done it before. I'll insert a picture here as well if you want to see it. But this picture, I love the way the photo is structured because you've got the pink on one side and the green on the other side of the background as well. That's really cool. It's really pretty. I love it when you guys take really cool pictures as well. It just adds to the experience. And then look at this one, and like a combination of pink, blue and purple. I used to make bracelets exclusively with that color combo because that was my favorite. This one sort of reminds me of those times. It's really nice. Oh, look at this one. I love it that you guys made all of the roses because the way that I was gonna do the bracelet is I was gonna do like a horizontal with the rose in the center. So I've got like sparkly background string coming up and then the rose and then sparkly background string for the side. But you guys, some of you guys at least, made all 4 roses and I think that's gorgeous because some of you made them in different colors as well. And this looks amazing. I love it. I love it a lot. Look at this little cutie. This one's a little boy. It's kind of short, but I love the way that it looks as well. Here we've got some more blue roses. I don't know why, but I really like blue roses. I think they're really beautiful. And this bracelet is super well made as well. Absolutely stunning. I really chose some nice patterns for this challenge, huh? And I made none of them. Look at this one. Absolutely gorgeous. Super well made. You can very, very clearly see the knots. Like, they're really, I don't know how to describe it, but they fit together really well and it looks amazing. I love all the gradients. Oh, this one as well. Absolutely gorgeous. Reminds me of the distorted chevron that I did in sort of teal and brown. I did a color combo like this as well. I love that color combo. It just looks amazing in this one. What's that off? Oh, and then we've got this one as well. Look at this beautiful rose. I always struggle with picking out colours for roses and such. I say that as if I do that a lot, but like for flowers and for things that have to look good together, I always struggle with picking out the colours to make sure that they actually look good together, but I think this one's picked out really nicely. And beautiful work as well. Oh, look at this beautiful baby. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this one. I don't know why this one specifically reminds me of like peacock feathers. I think the pattern in general does, but this one made me realise it. Oh, look at this picture! Oh, and it just keeps on going. It's like one of those scrolly ones where you can just, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it when you guys take cute pictures like these. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I also have a mug that's similar to that flower pot. Oh, and then we've got this little cutie with a cactus as well. Beautiful roses. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, that's gonna have to be it for the monthly challenge. I know that a lot more of you submitted and I have seen pretty much all of them, I think, but I'm obviously not able to show all of them on camera, especially now that I'm working off my laptop, which is like this big, which makes editing very difficult, but it's also super slow, which makes editing extra difficult. It's very difficult for me to insert a lot of pictures. Anyway, I hope you understand. I did enjoy looking at all of your submissions though. They were very, very beautiful, so thank you guys for participating. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you join me in these sort of more frequent challenges that I'm doing once or twice a week. As you may know, I also have a Patreon, where some of you guys support me, and one of the things that we do together as a Patron group is we do Patron specific bracelet challenges. And I actually started making mine. I did this during the 24-hour bracelet challenge and I did a lot of it. I think more than half. It's covered in cat hair. I think I did more than half of it. And I did it in brown, which I'm very pleased with because I very rarely do brown. And I love the way that it's coming out. It's sort of like a starburst pattern but with a twist. quite literally. I didn't end up finishing it in time for the wrap up, but I will finish it soon. And I thought we can go through the Patron submissions as well. So we have 5 Patron submissions for the Patron challenge of the month. And starting with this one. First of all, I love the colours that were picked out for this one. I generally really like sort of teal combo. But second of all, I really like the way that she started the bracelet here. As you can see, I started in like a loop and 2 triangle ends right where the starburst bit starts, or like the star portion. But she started in a teardrop loop right before the twist. And I didn't even think of that. That's such a great way to start the bracelet. Because now I don't know where to end mine, to be honest. Because I want to end after a star, but if I make a star here, then it's too short, but if I make another twist and then another star, it's probably going to be too long. So I don't know, that's kind of like a challenge for me. But yeah, when I was thinking to start this bracelet, this kind of start didn't even occur to me, so it was really cool to see. Next we have this one in purple, which I think is really beautiful as well. I love this sort of, is that grey? Or is it just light purple? Either way, I love the way that it looks with the other purples in the bracelet. And this one is also started the same way, so it's kind of interesting how people are starting it like that, and it didn't even occur to me, I don't know why. This one is a little bit of a shorty, but a cutie nonetheless, made in red. I love the sort of gorgeous deeper tones of the red as well. Very beautiful bracelet. And then we have this one in green, also started the same exact way, and they come out the perfect length as well, which I'm now having issues with. Anyway, looks really, really gorgeous. I like this one a lot. And then last but not least, we've got this one, which is started in the same way that I did, but finished at the twist, which, as I said, I want to finish in the same way that I started, so I want to finish at the star, but I'm probably gonna have to do something like this because it's just not, it's gonna be either too short or too long. Contemplating my own issues. Anyway, this one looks absolutely gorgeous as well. I really like it a lot. Either way, I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons, and especially my top supporters who are Zoe, Simon, Tia, Izzy Innovations, Izzy B, Izzy D, Jocelyn, Misty, Sydney, Lara, Anna, and Gretchen. Thank you guys so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. And if you also want to become a patron, there's a link in the description where you can sign up, and you can take part in these patron-only challenges that we do. And I'm also going to be running a patron-only bracelet competition once I figure out how to set that up, because I can't send bracelets at the moment since I am locked down. Once that's all is figured out, we'll be doing it. In any case, thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed taking part in this challenge, and I hope you take part in the future challenges as well. There's been a lot of submissions for the first one, much more than I expected, which I'm very happy to see. Makes me want to continue doing it, so as long as you guys are enjoying it, I'm going to continue making these for the quarantine period. Then I'm going back to the monthly challenges. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.